I slowly made my way to my bedroom, trying not to think about the kid from my school. Gabe. He was so strange. I pushed my thoughts aside, slowly crawled into my bed, shut my light out, and set the alarm clock for school in the morning. Slowly, I drifted to sleep. Now, I usually don't have trouble sleeping, but felt like something was interfering with my dream. Some sound. I suddenly woke up, not hearing anything at first, just my own thoughts jumbling around in my head. After a few seconds, I heard a laugh. I knew that laugh, but for a while I just couldn't put my finger on it. After a few seconds, I realized where that laugh was from. It was Gabe's laugh. I should have known. I'd know that manic, panic-inducing laugh anywhere. But how? This couldn't have been happening. I had to be dreaming. But I knew I wasn't. The laugh was coming from under my bed. I felt my body begin to shake, and my heart began to beat irregularly. I don't know why, but somehow I knew this was going to happen. But then again, I could have just been being paranoid. I gained all the courage I could and bent over my bed. I looked under and saw a little tape recorder playing that maddening laugh on repeat. The laugh became louder and even more frightening, so I quickly grabbed the tape recorder and shut it off. I calmed down a little, but I knew it wasn't safe. Not yet. I sat in bed for a few minutes, trying to regain my composure, when I heard an off-key whistling sound coming from my living room. It wasn't loud, but it was very distinct. I had never been as scared as I was that moment. I always knew that Gabe was a psychopath, but I never knew how crazy he really was. I slowly climbed out of bed, turned on the light, and walked out of my room. As I approached the living room, the whistle became louder and started to become distorted. I saw a figure on my couch. I knew that I had to pull myself together and somehow get him out of there. As I approached him, the whistle didn't even sound like it was coming from him anymore. I kept walking towards him until he was right in front of me. That whistle definitely wasn't coming from him. I reached over to tap Gabe on the shoulder, and when I touched him ever so lightly, he fell over. His face was staring at me, with his mouth contorting into an unnatural-looking smile. And his eye sockets were empty, and he still wasn't moving. It was like... Now, this might sound crazy, but it was like his body was a shell where something used to be hiding. This shell's odd grin was still stuck on his face, like it was glued there. And the whistle. I could still hear that whistle. And it was coming from underneath the couch. As soon as I made that realization, I ran. I don't know what happened after that, but I woke up a few days later, here, in this padded cell. I know no one will believe me, but I have to get this out there. I still hear that whistling sometimes, seeping through the bars of my window. And when I hear it, I always try to close my eyes and fall asleep. But I can't, because of the fear of whatever's on the other side of that window. I don't know how long I can take this. Please, if you're listening to this, do not mess with Gabe.